you can use something called level sync. Level sync is super useful. So there's fates out in the world. You know, those are deprecated. I don't need those. There's fates out in the world that you're going to be too high level for. And instead of doing the select button nonsense to get to the level down thing, you can actually just hit this button. You can set a keybind for level sync? Not on controller, you can. Right? Right? So you turn commands that are normally outside of the world into buttons. So when I walk into a fate, I double-click left trigger and then hit square, and then I'm level synced. It's a lot faster than the select nonsense. Anyway, back to Warrior, right? So I have all my defensive nonsense done. It's completely finished. Well, there's one really powerful defensive cooldown that is used super rarely called Holmgang. That is it's 240 seconds. What is that, 3 minutes? 4 minutes cooldown? It's a long fucking cooldown. So Holmgang gets to live at its own little spot. Over here. Where all the biggest buttons live on all my characters. And, you know what? The tank stance button lives next to it. I think that's smart. Alright, so, now we're ready to play Warrior, right? We have all the basics. Well, there's a problem. And here's where it's going to go, particularly into anybody's personal tastes. We have a lot of buttons to go for, right? So, for example, we have a lot of what's called weapon skills and off-global cooldowns. A weapon skill is the one that you see in the bottom right, where you see, you hit it, it's got a little combo around it, and it has that rotating clock shit, right? To tell you when you can hit the next one. A off-global cooldown is something like Infuriate. You see this big red button down there? You can hit that fucking whenever, bro. And it'll show you a little number when it's done. So you kind of need to place these all over the place, right? So as you level up, you could do one of two things. You could do one of two things. You could go into your actions and traits, look through every single ability, and place it according to where you think you would be more comfortable to have it go. Don't do that. That is infuriating. And I would only recommend that to somebody who you're like up to date and you're like planning for the next expansion. No. What you should do is slot them in as they happen. So, for example, let's say I hit level 50 and I got Storm's Eye, which is a second follow-up. Yeah, put it on triangle so that you can do square, X, and then you can decide which one is the next one. But it's easy, right? Like, you can just hit either or. Now, me personally, I don't like Storm's Eye on that spot. I actually like Storm's Eye in the back. And there's a reason for that. For one, it's in the same spot as Storm's Path, just with the triggers. But Storm's Eye gives you a buff called Surging Tempest. And that buff lasts 30 seconds. Which means I'm only going to hit that once every, like, 4 times. So I put it in the back because I realized that I would actually only hit it, you know, once every 4 combos. Right? Well, there's another global that came up that it turns out you actually hit all the time. It's called Inner Beast, which later becomes Fellcleave. Well, Felcleave, if you're playing Warrior, is a button that you're going to hit all the time. Like all the fucking time. Like, you won't believe how many fucking times you will hit this button. It's crazy how many times you will hit this button. So, it gets to live on right trigger triangle, because that's really important. So you'd end up doing something like this. And now you're just going to Felcleave. And then you're going to Felcleave. And then you go back to your regular combo. And, like, this is comfy, right? This is comfy to do. But, like, Felcleave's going to show up, like, in one more hit. So you want to keep it available, right? But what about the other buttons? Well, you have a lot of off globals. A lot of off globals. And at this point, I'm going to switch to Dark Knight, a character that I know a lot better. So Dark Knight has a shit ton of fucking moves, right? So you can see that my cooldowns are the same way they were on Warrior. You know, everything in the back here is exactly the same. Living Dead is just like Holmgang. Grid is the tank stance. But shit's going on over here that's weird. Right? Well, first of all, they all have ranged abilities, but they suck and you don't use them very often. So it can be relegated to right trigger. Like so. Right? That's fine. This is a dash that we have now. That, yeah, that's not super important, right? And this move here, Blood Spiller, that's like the equivalent of Felcleave, right? It's like pretty much the same. You do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you get a Blood Spiller, right? But what about all this shit? Well, these are all off globals. These are all also off globals. And this is where you need to start making decisions about which buttons you hit the most often. So for me, the buttons that I hit the most often while moving get to live on the buttons. So for example, the Dark Knight rotation, which you do at 100 now, is unmend back here, hard slash, Edge of Shadow, Living Shadow, Siphon Strike, Soul Eater, Delirium, and then it's Disesteem, Edge of Shadow, Salted Earth, Edge of Shadow, Shadowbringer, Edge of Shadow, Carve and Spit, etc. So I'm primarily using the buttons. So on the actual bottom of the screen, it would look like this. So I'm able to hit all of my off globals super easily because they're all on the left. And basically, the idea is that you want to start building out your character the way that it would actually be easy for your hands to move. I think the best example I have with that is Paladin. Paladin has a move called Fight or Flight, right? Fight or Flight turns into a move called Goring Blade. The way that their animation, their rotation works is that you do 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2. This third one. But you hit this first. And so I made it so that I rotate around all of them because it's just easier to hit. And now I'm in the back. Hit that. Hit that. Hit that. Hit that. Etc. So that my thumb is just moving smoothly in a little circle. Now that's going to be to taste. but you need to actually like think about where your buttons are going to go, because you're going to get in a situation where the buttons are going to get placed. And you're like, this kind of works. But like, what do you actually use most often? Dark Knight uses the Edge of Shadow button constantly. Like every 10 seconds. So it needs to be on a button you can hit easily and comfortably all the time. Pat, do you have anything to your hands or fingers if they ever feel hurt or off while playing a controller? Got here, so I'm not sure if it's been talked about. I stopped playing the game. Now, everyone's going to give you different advice on that. The only thing for you to do when your hands hurt playing video games is to put your fucking controller down and go outside. Literally just stop. Also do hand stretches and possibly hand exercises, which you can look up, but stop. If it hurts, stop. Also, try to grip the controller less hard. It is crazy how hard Paige and Wooly grip controllers. It's absolutely bananas. I cannot believe how hard Paige and Wooly grip the controllers. You can hear the plastic creaking. It's too much. It's way too much. It'll break their hands before the controllers. What else? What else? Anyway, I have one more tip for every class. And you know what we'll use? We'll use good old Scholar. So Scholar has 1,000,000 buttons, right? And it has AoE attacks and single target attacks. So I have it over here. I have Broil and Ruin 2 and Biolosis. These are my single target attacks. Right, so if I'm fighting something, this is a dot. This is an attack that I can do while moving. And Broil is the button that you can do while casting like that. But there's also another one. It's called Art of War. Is it called Art of War? It is called Art of War. And this is an AoE. But here's the problem. Scholar has so many fucking buttons. They have so many goddamn fucking buttons. I don't have room. I literally don't have room to put Art of War on. So instead, what we've done is we've created set 1 and 3. And the reason why we created set 1 and 3 is fairly simple. So, you go into character config, hotbar config, custom config. Enable customization for when the weapon is drawn. Hotbar 1 and hotbar 3, these you can choose any which ones, when your weapon's out. The only difference, so this is me tapping R1. The only difference between hotbar 1 and hotbar 3 is I'm switching Broil for Art of War. The reason for this is because you will never, and I mean never, have to do AoEing and then single target and AoEing and then single target. It's not a fucking thing. No, you don't have to do it. So, are you running a dungeon and you need to fucking like burst down packs? Switch to the AoE goddamn configuration. Burst those packs down. Did you get to the boss? Great. There are a few times, like what, Monkey Weed? Like what? Name one time. Name one time. Eden 1? You know what? I think if they're doing normal or savage raids in Shadowbringers after watching this tutorial, they'll be able to change their goddamn mind on how to orient their shit in fucking Shadowbringers. That is a fringe-ass case that comes up like maybe 5 times in the entire game. But for 99% of times, you can use this and it's not going to be a problem. Also, if you do have to quickly switch between, you can just tap R1. It's a single button. It's actually a lot more useful for melee classes. Like Dark Knight has a shit ton of buttons. And they even have an off-global cooldown called Carve and Spit, which is a direct analog to Abyssal Drain. They even share cooldowns, even though one's AoE and one's single target. There's no reason having both of those at the same time. So yeah, fuck it. Have your AoE version. So you can do your AoE rotation. Calm down, Steam. But anyway, that's the generalities, right? Of why you would put all of these here, just for visual. Can you Queequeg, can you show your Dragoon setup for people who want to start a melee? Oh yeah, sure. My level 90 Dragoon I haven't touched in fucking 18 months. Ooh, sure. Yeah, that's where I'm at. There's buttons that don't exist anymore on it. How do I handle it? I don't know. Get back to me in 6 months. I don't fucking know. You know what? We could figure it out right now. Fuck it. Let's do it. If Spine Shatter Dive no longer exists. Right? Those buttons are all still there. Great. Alright. You know what? Let's just start the whole thing over. Let's just start the whole thing over. Start the whole thing over. All right. Though you guys can stay. Elusive Jump, you can stay. All right. So I don't know the rotation, so this is going to be real weird. All right. Oh, mention double weaving? Yeah, I can mention double weaving. Okay. So double weaving is something that you might learn at higher levels. It's to optimize your rotation. So the long and short of it is, in between something like Hard Slash and Siphon Strike, you can get 2 off-global cooldowns. So for Dark Knight, it's mandatory for its opener, because you would hit something like Hard Slash and immediately hit Edge of Shadow and Living Shadow in between them. There's an earlier one and a later one. So like this. And if you time it correctly or have good latency, you won't clip. Right? Let me send you the Dragoon opener. It doesn't matter. I'm level 90. It doesn't matter. I can only give you the Dragoon as of experience as of level 90. So, for example, I'm not done with Dragoon. Right? I do like this fucking stick. I like it a lot. So let's figure it out. True Thrust, Vorpal Thrust, and Full Thrust. Same as everything else, right? We've got Piercing Talon, which is going to go in the spot that all the tank shooters are going to go. Lance Charge is increased damage, so we'll put you over here. Or no, we'll put you there. You're important. Chaos Thrust. Oh, that's the wrong spot. I'm sorry, Chaos Thrust comes from Disembowel. Disembowel comes from True Thrust. Oh, you guys are linked now. Huh. Well, that's interesting. So True Thrust here goes to these two. Hey man, it's been a while. Give me a break. Alright, so you'd be doing this. Right? Yeah. Right, okay. So you would be doing it like that. Now, Battle Litany is something you're going to pop early every time, so you probably need to live over there. And I know Life Surge still exists. Where's Life Surge at? There you are. You need to live on the right D-pad because you happen all the time. Oh yeah, the other display action for the action menu? Yeah, let's see it. Yeah, here it is. This will show you your combos, which is actually pretty interesting. Like, somebody like me who remembers all that shit doesn't really need it, but it is cool. Like, it shows you Doom Spike goes into Sonic Thrust, goes into Girth Torrent, for example. Huh, it's interesting that I ended up putting all of them, again, in the same spots. Alright. Anyway, back to this. Don't need a second True Thrust. Don't need it. That's stupid. So, if I'm gonna go to the left combo, it'll be this, and then this, and then this. Alright, and of course, if you want to use life... Oh, that's the wrong one. If you want to use life thrust, it'll be this, and then right on the D-pad, and then life surge. Strange move. Don't really care for it, honestly. Don't really like life surge. Feels like a big waste. Alright, moving on. What else do we have equipped? Piercing Talon, Fang and Claw, and Wheeling Thrust. Potency of 100 from the flank. Potency of 100 from the target's rear. And that comes off Chaotic Spring. Well, if it comes off Chaotic Spring, then we should put it up here. If this comes off Piercing Thrust, then we should put it up here. So we should probably actually have a full rotation here. So we would have... And you would do this, but that would be from the side, and then this would be from wherever. Okay. Yeah, so this is how I would do it. So that you're rotating the fuck around. Right? Just rotating the whole fucking way around. Just back and forth. Now, obviously, the problems are going to come in when I have my off globals. Right? Because I don't know what any of them are. So I know that I need, you know, Lance Charge and Battle Litany and shit like that. But what about... Elusive Jump. That's this. That's not super important. Oh yeah, no, I haven't covered positionals for beginners because I play tank, so I would never have thought of them actually. But let's continue. Winged Glide. Oh, that can go live in the same spot that the tank version goes to live. Dragonfire Dive. 120 cooldown. Well, that is just like Living Shadow, isn't it? So I basically have my tank shit, and I just try and create everything to be a similar setup to the tank. Garaskogel's there. You cast Garaskogel a lot. Like a lot, but you also cast Mirage Dive a lot. So we're going to take this off. Put Garaskogel there. Put you there. No. You? No. Yeah. Oh, I just realized I don't even have jump on this shit. Don't even have jump on it. That's pretty fucking funny. Ooh, Dragoon's weird now. Where would I want to put jump? How would I do this? Wait, Mirage Dive happens after... Oh, jump just becomes Mirage Dive. Or... high jump becomes Mirage Dive. So if I put... Oh, it's one button now. Well, that's great! Well, that's just a great little cleanup, isn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep that there. And just switch it over and just have one less button. So Garrett Skogel will go live over there, actually. Because I love him. I love Garrett Skogel. And now it's Nastron. Well, you can cast a lot of Nastrons now. Holy shit! That's fucking crazy. If I put Life Surge over here, huh? What would happen if I did that? That would be a lot better, actually. That'd be a lot better. Because then... I can hit this. Oh no, Nastron needs to go live on this. That's too important. Okay. So, Life Surge, you can live in the back because you're always going to be cast. Always going to be cast. Always going to be cast after that. Okay. What else we got? You put Life Surge next to Full Thrust? Well, that's crazy. Stardiver has its own button. Because why not be difficult, huh? Why not be difficult as fuck? Well, you can go live under Garrett Skogel. Why? Because that makes sense in my fucking brain. So I'd be doing what? This? Oh, I fucked it. Stardiver has a follow-up now? Yeah, okay. Okay. I don't know how I feel about New Dragoon. I would need a lot more time to figure out where these go, considering this, the reality of the rotation. Because this is complicated to actually to fit on here. All right, because part of me wants to do something like this, where the rotations are actually over here. Because what would I get? I would get something like this. Right? It's like, oh, because it's on the left side. And then I would just cast this. And then I go to the bat. Oh, now it's over here. I can just mash this the fuck out. This is probably what I would end up doing. Because it makes sense to me to have these positionals on the left and top. Okay. Don't forget the 90 ability. Hey, guess what? I totally did. Shit, it's gotta go live up there. It's the only place for it to go. Huh. Rise of the Dragon. It's just a new button. Wait, no, that's not a new button. It is just a new button. How come it only had... Wait, what's the button that this turns into? Is that Starcross? Dragonfire follow-up. Wait. And then Starcross is a Stardiver follow-up. Oh, so they don't even get new buttons. So you can just plan this whole thing out. Though I am missing a buff. Somewhere. Where's Worm's Blood? Oh, does that no longer exist? Dragon's Eye is dead? Okay. Alright. Also, of note to people that are playing... anyway, apologies for that wild tangent. One of the things that you'll notice written on some moves is called positional requirements. So this will say attack with potency of 100 versus 140 from a flank. And this will say potency of 100 unless it's 140 from the target's rear. It's really simple. If you look at the target on anything, this section on the side, this like cross section that would be like, you know, like imagine a pizza of 4 pieces. This is the flank. This is the rear. So when you're playing something like Dragoon, where some of the moves want you to be flanked, like this one, does more damage from the side, and other moves are going to be stronger from the back. How important are positionals? It obviously depends on your particular character. Try and hit them as often as you can. If you can't hit them, there is a roll action which will nullify the requirements for 10 seconds. Like if you're just not going to be able to have it. The difference between this being positional or not is 40 potency. Sometimes you don't get certain resources for not hitting your positionals. You should try. It is not the end of the world, but you should try to hit your positionals. All right. I have run out. There are also bosses that have no positionals and they just have a solid targeting ring. I have run out of train of thought. So I am opening up the floor to any questions you might have. I'm going to go into the donations and see if you guys have any questions in there. Dr. Flatface subscribed to say, think they'll ever change the starting jobs available ever for any minion? No. Sorry, any reason? No. Okay. How about simple gathering and crafting stuff if you're keen? Alright. So, ignore my horrible monster face. But basically, you have two things. You have gatherers, which are miner, botanist, and fisher, and you have disciples of the hand, which are crafters, which are carpenter, blacksmith, armorer, goldsmith, leatherworker, weaver, alchemist, and culinarian. Let's switch to miner. Now let's switch to botanist, so I don't have to say the word miner over and over and over. So, why would you mine? Or hit plants? Well, you would hit plants so that you can build stuff with your crafter, right? What are the purposes of crafting? Well, there's two reasons. One, this coat that I have can only be crafted, and it's pretty nice. The second reason is to make yourself good gear. So, the crafting cycle would be as thus. You grab miner, or botanist, or fisher. Then, you go out into the world. Then all of them, or the first two, will have the ability that is Arbor Call, or its equivalent. Then, you'll take your mount over to where it will teach you to where the rocks or trees are at. Such as this. You'll click on it. You'll see that there are many of these delicious tomatoes. Or fire shards, which I might actually want. You'll enable quick gathering. This will auto gather for you. You'll click it. That's it. Now, there's a lot more to be done here, but most of that is not going to be until you're at a higher level. Now, the question is like, why the fuck would you have done that? Right? Well, then you go over to your crafter. So let's go to a blacksmith, for example. Let's say you're just starting out, and you want, I don't know, a new sword for your paladin. A Viking sword, if you would. Well, it requires a bronze ingot, leather, and a bone chip. You're going to hit square on this, search for recipes, then use it. You sit around it to search by crafting method, only to find out you need copper and tin. You'll then hit square, search by gathering method, and go to copper. And then you're going to be like, God damn it. That's a lot of submenus to go through. That's too many. So you're going to hit Windows and go to Chrome. And type in Garland Tools. That is GARLANDTOOLS.org/DB/. Then you're going to load up window capture. So that people can see what the fuck you're talking about. There you go. So you're going to go to Garland Tools. Then you're going to go, I would like a Viking sword. And click on this. It'll tell you it. Look at that. Look at all that shit. Then you're going to go to crafting. And you're going to add it to your crafting list. There you go. Turns out this one's pretty easy. One bronze ingot, 1 leather, 1 bone chip. Material supplier. Click on that. It'll tell you where to get it. Any NPC material supplier. So let's try something a little more extreme. Such as, oh, I don't know. A manganese axe. No, not that one, actually. A deep gold analace. Right? I don't know where the fuck a deep gold analace is or how to make it. Fuck it. Deep gold analace. Click it. Crafting. Add it. All right. Again, you can get these from a material supplier. You can get true gold sand from Slow Road in Calusia. And you click on that, it'll even show you the exact fucking spot on the map to go get it. This is a time node. You need that shit? Source it. The Burning Wall, Eastern Than. Click it. It'll give you the timer as to when it's going to be available. Here it is. I've gone to this goddamn thing a lot. Turn that on so it'll make a noise. When you hear the noise, go gather it. Right? Does this check your inventory for already gathered stuff? No. If you want to use something like that, you're not allowed. Because that would use packet sniffing, which is the third-party modification, which is wrong, which you will not use. Don't do it. If you would like an app version of this, you could use something called Teamcraft. So let's try out something, shall we? Let's build an item I actually need to build. Right? So, for example, I have a level goldsmith, right? And I went out... Oh, I'm on the wrong screen, aren't I? I am on the wrong screen. I went out, and I have a class quest for a reed scythe. Right? Well, fuck it. Let's say a tortilla press. Let's add this to favorites. You hit square. Add to favorites. Now the reed scythe is going to be in my favorites. Right? Easy to see. So I need a ruthenium ingot, a Lars ingot, and a mountain chromite ingot. Okay? So, let's switch on back. And then we're going to go to Garland Tools. And we're going to go to Tortilla Press. And look at that. It's right there. Crafting. Here's all the shit added to the crafting list. Let's go get it. Right? So let's say I got all this shit, right? Bam, 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 bam. It'll fill up in blue when it says I can create the pieces. Well, lucky for me, I actually already gathered them before the stream. So I would search by crafting method and discover, hey, look at that. I can make these. So I'll synthesize it once I switch to blacksmith. So custom, not custom. Collectibles. No, not collectibles. Class quests. This tortilla pressed. Ruthenium ingot. Crafting method. Now you can't quick craft anything. Oh, it's still on. Fucking Jesus, this is hard to do. Anyway, I'm gonna start that over. tortilla press, ruthenium, crafting. I have a smith right now. I'm not going to bother with the raw materials list because I don't use it, honestly. I don't find it useful at all. All right. So I can't quick craft it because I've never crafted it before. So I can synthesize it once. Now you could go and learn all this shit. You could learn it. There's value in learning that shit. You could do it. Or what you could do is you could macro it out, which you should. So I have macroed what I call the faster complete macro, which is muscle memory, groundwork, and careful synthesis. I will now put this on my bar. I will now hit it. It's done. Now that I've done that, I can quick synth it. Aelgard says, nah, actually learning enough to be able to make your own macros and not rely on builders is fun too. We'll get to that, buddy. There's a script you can write? Yeah, so everything in this game works on this script that you can use, which is /AC, quote, the thing, end quote. For crafting stuff, you would put weight 3 or weight 2, depending on the move. This is all very complicated, but I'm gonna explain to you how to uncomplicate it. All right? Because this is a whole fucking thing. This is an extremely in-depth fucking thing. It's like a programming language. Okay? So, point being, we're trying to make a tortilla press. I got that ingot, right? Now I need to switch to goldsmith to make this thing. To make the lar ingot, right? Search it, synthesize it. Gonna put you here. There. We're going to synthesize one lar ingot. Great. Scripts have input lag. It's true. All right. Now that's done. Now all we need is a mountain chrome ingot. How do we make that? Back to smithing. Now, normally you would mass produce these. So, pardon my inefficiency. Right? Now, we have everything we need to make the tortilla press. Yes, of course we do. Now here's the problem. We want to make it high quality. See, when you craft something, there's that bar at the top that's progress. That makes the item. And then there's the bottom bar that's high quality. Making it high quality makes the item better, makes it worth more for turn-in. Right? Well, how do I do that? Well, you could spend multiple years figuring out how to actually do that. Or you could use the Raphael FF14 crafting solver as seen here. Well, how does it work, Pat? Well, you type in tortilla press, goldsmith, and select it. Then, you'll go to your character menu and look at your stats. I have 4021, 3847, 601. So that's 4021, 3847, 601. And my guy is level 97. All right. We're going to go up here. We're going to include the delay. We're going to split the macro. We're going to macro lock it and add the end of macro notification. Now we're going to solve it. It's solved. Hit copy. Go back into the game. Go to user macros. Make this. Copy it. Give it a little crafty icon for funsies. This is the purple one. Then, load into it. Go to tortilla press. Begin trial synthesis in case it didn't work. Now hit the button. And look at that. Perfect. Every time. What if you play on PS4, PS5? Well then, my friend, what you would do is open up the crafting tab on your second monitor or your phone. Then you would switch back to the game. Go to user macro. Delete all this. Like so. Then you would either use the digital keyboard and punch it in manually, or get a real keyboard and punch it in manually. And that's how. But yes, if at all possible, you should be automating all of your crafting, because it takes a while. Any other questions anybody wants me to go over? Particularly new player. Slide casting. That's great. That is actually great. Let's use Scholar. So, slide casting is fucking stupid. Unfortunately, one day, you might actually need it. Back to Castrum Oriens. So, let's say you're casting your spells. Yes? You're broiling. And you're like, shit, I need to move before my cast is finished. What am I gonna do? Well, every single casted move in this game has part of the animation that you can actually move you don't need to give a shit about. With most of them, it's when you cross over the zero. The first zero in the cast. See? Too early. But that second zero, no problem. It looks goofy as fuck, but it will be okay. Yeah, so it looks like it's 0.4. Am I aware of the emote strat for slide casting? I am not. What's the emote trick? So what is it? You put an emote on your bar and when it lights up you can slide cast? Really? Holy shit. That is fucking crazy. That is a great trick. You learn something new every day. Well, that's slide casting. Any other questions, chat? What would be the best way to level a crafter or gatherer as a new player? That's a great question. All right. So, back to Limsa. I'm going to use Limsa for all the city stuff. But hey. All right. You will now do the following things. If you're like, I would like to level a miner, a botanist, or a fisher. The first thing you're going to do is click off of this and click over here. Then you're going to play the game until one of these numbers turns yellow because you're at level cap. Literally don't even bother. Literally don't bother until you hit level cap. Then you're going to grab the 3 disciples of the land first. Because these are all going to require the materials that you get from these. After that, you get something in your journal called a leave allowance down here. You get 6 of these a day. These will give you big XP. So you would say, take botanist out into the world. Right. And you'd hit plants until you hit a point where you could do these leaves. Where's the leaves at? They're upstairs? Oh, they're down that way. Right. The set switch up is an odd play style. That's only for AoEs, Future City. Anyway, you'd go find this guy and you go to Fieldcraft Leaves. And you'd be like, there's literally nothing. Fuck. So you'd ignore that. So basically you would just go fucking pound rocks until you hit level 40. And you pound the rocks that you want to level up your crafters with. Right? Now when you hit 40, you're gonna go to level 15, you can start foundation? Which foundation? You can do Asgardian Restoration at fucking level 15? Are you fucking serious? Alright, well, fuck everything that I'm saying. Alright. Here's what you would do. Beat the game. Then do the Asgardian Restoration shit. Once you hit level 20. You go to the main Aetheryte after you get the quest, you travel to the Firmament. I completely forget how this entire thing works. Wow. Completely forgot how this works. Dude, I've never been to Modern Diadem. I don't know how I even got my materials. Fuck. That's pretty funny. Anyway, level 10, you can get in there. Did I just buy everything on the market board? No. Back when I did Ishgardian Restoration, it was current. So I think they just gave you the materials. In fact, there's an old tutorial video for Shadowbringers, in which I go over Ishgardian Restoration. I actually don't know how it works now. I actually have no idea. But anyway, do this. And then when you hit certain level thresholds, do the crafting quests for the Ixal or the Moogles or the Kikirn and whatnot. That being said, that's going to be a long-ass journey, and by the time you actually reach those points, the actual leveling process for each of these things might be different. Oh, I had to find materials in the regular world instead of Diadem? That's probably what it was. Yeah, I literally don't know how to go into the Diadem. How do I go there? Oh my god, this is my first time. Oh, I'm getting the cutscene and everything. Bro, what? What? Is that a real guy just fishing? No, that's... What the fuck? How does this work, even? How do I know what materials to earn? So funny that I don't know how to do this. I've never done this. Garbage Nirvana. Never once. Not even a one time. Not even a one time. Is there any point in doing Ishgardian Restoration when you're max level? I don't know. Maybe. I clearly don't know much about it. Oh, I can fucking fly. Oh. Jesus shit. Okay, well, yeah. Just go to God. Just hit rocks until you're level 20, and then go do this, or 10, and then do this shit, and then craft with leaves and collectibles and this shit. A lot. Does anybody have any other questions that are gonna make me look really stupid? Also, hey, as what can be shown off today is that don't feel embarrassed when there's actually way too much game for you to actually understand. You'll learn something new every goddamn day, apparently. Wondrous Tales got it. Wondrous Tales is a good one. I think I'm probably going to finish after the explanation of Wondrous Tales, because I have had a hard week and I am exhausted. So, in Idyllshire, in Heavensward, if you go over to this tiny little cat girl, she will give you a fancy book. It's called A Copy of Wondrous Tales. I would highly recommend that you put this copy of Wondrous Tales onto your hotbar. You'll open it up, and what'll you see? A bunch of shit. So basically, you do one of these, right? And it fills out a sticker. And if you get lines in the sticker, you'll get good rewards. You also get a huge experience bonus. So, for example, I am currently leveling Warrior. Because I love Warrior. Oh, my shit's all fucked. You know what? That's fine. We'll just do it on Dark Knight. Anyway, Warrior's level 94 point whatever. Right? So, what you would do is you go, hey, Thok Extreme. Well, we're going to go all the way up here and turn on Unrestricted Party. And then go to Thok Extreme. As a level 100 fucking character. Oh, shut up. And then you can see how old bosses deal with your new rotation. Which is that they can't. They can't deal with it for shit. And look at that! We got a thing in Wondrous Tales. Hey, a sticker! And that's how Wondrous Tales works. If you, for example, have a bunch of these that you don't want to do because they suck shit, you would use a second chance. It'll either... second chances are earned by playing through content with new people. So running roulettes and helping a newbie help, you get a second chance point. So for example, I do this, and it deleted the Cloud Deck Extreme. So I can now do Thok again for another sticker. And look at that. We did it. Again. Hooray. Wait, Minstrel's Ballad, Nidhogg's Race. I wonder if I can do it. Probably. Wonder if there's a part of that that's actually incompletable. I bet it's not. I bet it's super not completable by yourself. Oh, because I'm thinking of tethers. Thinking of tethers, man. Oh, fuck off. Oh my god! Really? Oh my god! That's really funny. Red, just shut the fuck up. That's not... That's the least helpful thing you could have possibly said. You ever do Sephiroth as Dark Knight Reaper? Really? Oh, wow. Didn't even get to the tethers. Even though I'm still tethered. That's pretty funny. Anyway, Wondrous Tales ends up being the kind of thing that you can use to go through old content with your friends and get a bunch of poetics or tomes or experience for funsies. It's a good excuse to go through old content. All right. Let's thank the remainder of the peepo, and I'm actually going to call it an early day because I feel like shit. How did I miss how to get extra buttons on top of a cross hotbar? You did. I actually covered that extensively. All right. What item do you use to boost your chocobo? Oh, I use Silcus Buds because it's just extra damage. All right. No, they don't. No, they don't mean Thav Onion. Thav Onion's to break the level cap. Use Silcus Bud to boost your chocobo. How? Oh, you guys don't even know? Are you serious? Oh, this is great. So, let's go outside. Let's go outside. Give me a sec. Most people don't know most things about chocobos. That's pretty funny. So yeah, Silcus Buds are, you can get them anywhere you can get Geishel Greens. They're super chill. Is there a level cap above 15 for chocobo? Yeah. If you're insane, you can get a chocobo up to rank 20, and they'll learn every single skill and be pretty fucking strong. So basically, you summon your chocobo, and you do that twice, so you get your chocobo for 60 minutes. And then you feed them Silcus Buds. And the reason you feed them Silcus Buds is that they increase your chocobo companion's attack potency. And they give it companion attack up to companion powers attack. So now my chocobo is like 10 to 20% stronger. And yeah, if you cast Geishel Greens twice, you get a 60-minute timer. How'd I get 700 of them? I'll show you. I think Ranryu's statement of, "Did I know this?" is the funniest. Not, "I didn't know this," but, "Did I know this?" I feel like I knew it at some point. Silcus Buds come from the Nath vendor? Do they? So you can get Geishel Greens here. Yeah, looks like it is the Nath vendor. You know what? I still have Garland tools up. F14, Silcus Bud. Yeah. So, if you go to Heavensward and go to the Dravinian Forelands, is there PvP in this? Yeah, there is. Play it at your fucking peril. Play it at your peril. Anyway, these little bug guys have a Allied Society quest associated with them. And once you've maxed them out, you will be able to buy Silcus Buds. You can also buy Mimit Gourds and Tantal Plants and Pasana Fruits. But I don't give a fuck about those. I just want Silcus Buds. You have to max out the relationship first? Yeah. Who would do that? Where onions? People have to grow them in their garden. Which means there's only one place you're going to get Thavnarian onions. From this thing. They cost 146,000 a pop, which is not bad. But you'll need 19 of them. So, sorry, no, 10 of them. Yeah, regardless. Yeah, anything else, gang? I'm going to start reading donations. Oh, Unremarkable Prodigy gifted 5 subs. Thanks, man. Oink, oink. Mega Buster Noodle sub, thank you. The Hatefish sub, woo, 4 years of staring at bullshit. Just dropped in, gotta ask. Has he talked about the differences between hardware and how that will necessitate differences in settings? I have not, but I'm not really super knowledgeable about that. How'd I get in a rating with social anxiety? Oh, I just made a bunch of friends first, and then we decided to hang out a couple times a week. I did it the opposite way. Eldaloo subbed. Thank you. So did Ragasquid. Made another character after maybe 6 other times trying to get in 14. Maybe 7th time's the charm. Maybe. How about a glam tutorial? Oh, man, that's... No. I don't want to. Amused Platypus kicked in a sub. Pat teaching y'all how to play the game. No, I'm learning just as much. Very Odd Jew kicked in a sub to say, one more till the funny number. Thank you. Jin subbed. Hey there, continuing the support. Thanks for teaching FF14 to any newcomers for the series. Thank you. Eman XLR sub. So did Sora 2025 EN. And Kai9 kicked in $5. Very funny to see the remake Rebirth devs confirm anyone with eyes already knew. They're a driver taking you wherever you ask them to go. Like, I doubt they'll even be remaking FF7 if people weren't screaming at them to do so. Yeah, probably. All right. I'm going to show you how to glam. You ready? You ready, you fuckheads? Let's go. We're going to use Limsa for this. Yeah, man. What's happening? Oh, I was just finishing up, actually.
Oh, well.
All right, screw grammar. It's fucking food time. I'm out. See you, shitheads.
Oh.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wait, bye.
Oh.
You figure out how to dress yourselves.